Welcome to the Unknown Film Enthusiasts. Today we're going to talk about an app and service known as Moviepass. Out of our group, I am the only one that has it, and we're just going to go through a little bit of Q&A today, and later on I'll just go through a little walkthrough on how the service actually works, with just a little run-through of the app. So today we have me, Nick,
Zach.
I'm Dan.
And yeah, so
I'm also a schmuck who pays $15 for an online ticket that I use every time for every movie I go to.
And I think that's what kind of.
And I used to be that kind of guy. And then I went through and I saw the reviews for this app. I saw that the price was dropping, and in my mind I was like, if I see more than one movie, I have nothing to lose. So the way we're gonna format this is I'm just gonna have like a round table discussion with these two guys. Pardon me, I'm a little bit sick. They're just going to throw some questions at me, and then in the end, if there's anything that I feel hasn't been covered, I'll just go over that. And like I said, there'll be a brief video on just how to go through it all. So either one of you can start,
Sure.
And I'll just be here to answer the questions.
First question, I think, how can we save money by using this? Is this something that's going to save me money?
Yes, because initially it used to be something that was $50 a month. And what it does is, once you sign up, they send you a MasterCard. Once you check in on the app for a specific movie and you go up to the kiosk or the front or the normal ticket booth and purchase the ticket, it preloads money onto the card so you can pay for one ticket. You can keep going. It used to be $50 a month. It is now $9.95. My logic was most matinee showings in my area are $10.95 before anything else. Just tonight we saw Thor. I believe when I looked at the price it said 13 something.
Yeah, that was
It's
painful.
so liberating to not even think about that. So at this point, I saw my first movie and I was like, I've already made my money back. So I have nothing to lose, and until this point, I believe they're more just building on ad revenue and taking your information, which, if you're not comfortable with that sort of thing, I can understand your issues. And I believe right now they currently have a clause where if you sign up and you cancel, you cannot resubscribe for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
But my logic is, why would you ever cancel?
Wait, so it cuts movie costs then if you spend on their MasterCard or correct? I'm sorry.
Bear with me here.
Yeah,
I paid $9.95
a month.
a month. I'm still currently in my first month. I have seen 7 movies and have paid nothing in addition to that $9.95.
You've paid nothing in addition.
I have
so
paid.
it is $9.95 a month, and you've seen 6 movies.
Yes.
Get out of here.
I will stay right here. Thank you very much.
So,
that's
all right. So then, I guess the question then becomes, how does that? So if you're paying nothing for movies, can you just see like in a day? Could you see 5 movies in a day if you wanted to?
It is every 24 hours. Well, it used to be if you saw a movie at 3:15, you could not check in and see a movie until 3:16 the next day. But now it's just, I believe it's at 2 a.m. every morning it resets.
Are there participating cinemas in this?
In specifically this area, every Regal is a participator and every local theater is a participator. The only ones that I've noticed that haven't been working with MoviePass are AMC's. Because Regal has found out that they can work on their demographics, and also a portion of that goes to, somehow it's included with popcorn and drink sales, so just general stuff like that is included with the cost, and they see it as, well, it's driving people to the theaters. Theaters don't generally make a lot of money on ticket sales themselves. They make it more on the snacks and services and stuff like that. So on their eyes, it's just, well, yeah, we'll let this company play this out until they drive themselves bankrupt. Because it's not like the movie theaters aren't getting paid. They're still getting paid. It's just MoviePass has been working at a loss for a little bit.
Yeah.
But their subscriber rate has gone up. I believe it was like 400% since they announced the price cut. And for every person like me, who has, since getting the pass, has seen at least 3 movies a week, basically, there are other people who sign up and they're like, oh yeah, I'll use this all the time, and maybe they say one movie, or they can't even make the time for it.
Yeah.
So my goal is to just ride this out until they realize that they can't make money, even if it's $30 a month. That's still worth it to someone like me. But yeah, it's
So then, say I want to see. Say I want to use this service throughout like the summer months when I might be seeing more movies, and then cancel in the winter time. I know you said if I cancel, I cannot resubscribe for 9 months.
yes.
Okay.
So obviously that hasn't been an issue for me because technically at this point I ordered the card October 6th and it arrived at I believe the 12th, something like that, and that was mostly because there a lot of the cards were on back order.
Yeah, just takes
because
time.
they had a huge influx of customers when
Yeah.
they signed in through. But it's a very easy process because as soon as I got it, I was like, there has to be something that prevents this from being easy, otherwise everyone would do it. Apparently, a lot of people just have issues with signing up for a new subscription service. I was like, if I see one movie, I've made my money back, so I have nothing to lose and I could just cancel it. So I showed up at my local theater. As I was walking up to the front door, I clicked that I wanted to see Battle of the Sexes. I hit check in for that time, and it says complete. Go and purchase your tickets. I went up to the little kiosks on the side just because I've heard stories through the Moviepass subreddit where sometimes managers tell their customers, or not customers, their associates, don't accept these cards, even though that's technically illegal because it's a MasterCard, it's a valid payment. You walk up, you pick the ticket that you want to see, you swipe your card, and it works.
So it's a guaranteed, like, so this rate, is it guaranteed to not go up at all? Or is this going to be like, for 1 year, it's $10 a month until next year?
For right now, I believe they currently just have the monthly price. It's still just a monthly thing. If it goes up $5, I'll see that next month or something. Yeah. And the only things, they have blackouts for like special showings. So I remember for the 30th anniversary of Princess Bride, I couldn't use it for that because that was technically, I believe, what is it called? The Fathom events.
Okay. And what about IMAX and like
IMAX and 3D? You have to pay the difference.
Okay.
So like you'll swipe your card and it'll cover like $10 of it, but then you have to cover the rest of it. Or maybe I don't know. I need to work with that stuff more. A lot of times I'm not a huge fan of 3D.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen an IMAX movie since this past summer. But yeah, thus far it's worked very well. I've even tried seeing 2 movies in less than 24 hours from each other, and it works. My first 2 days, I saw Battle of the Sexes and American Made, and I believe the second day showing was 20 minutes earlier. And to make matters even better, the second day, the projector in my theater was going wrong, and they felt so bad they came in and presented me with 2 free movie tickets. So in addition to my unlimited, my 30 movies for $9.95 a month, I also got 2 free movie tickets.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
So
where can I sign up?
There is an app. It's on the App Store, the Google Play Store. There's also a website where you just register. They send you a card through the mail. You give them credit card information. They don't charge you until your card shows up, and your month doesn't start until the card shows up. So I ordered mine October 6th, and the payment sat in pending until they got confirmation that I received the card and I registered it through their app. So they didn't charge me anything at that point. Another big benefit is if you have something like a Regal card, you can still scan your card because it's just you buying a normal movie ticket.
That's pretty cool.
So I've gotten a lot of points from this. I've gotten a lot of movie points. One of the things that you can do, I don't personally like to do this because I feel like it's kind of cheating the system. You could just purchase a movie ticket and not see a movie and just keep getting points every day. So if you take 10 minutes out of your day to stop somewhere and buy a movie ticket, you could just keep getting more and more points.
Yeah.
But I know sometimes they'll keep track of that kind of stuff where, like, I don't know how specifically they can, but I know they've banned people for trying to see, that's another downside. You cannot see the same movie more than once. So if I were to see Blade Runner, I couldn't see Blade Runner again. I'm not sure if that resets at the end of the month or something like that. I I'm in the clear because I paid for Blade Runner the first time. But yeah, so it's so far I've seen no downsides really, other than the fact that I used to buy the online tickets, and as far as I know, it doesn't like to cover those. You have to buy them at the actual physical sites. But yeah, aside from that, it's been one of those services where I've been looking for any reason to not like it, but it's given me no reason to dislike it because I've seen matinee showings, I've seen movies that just came out, I've seen those, and yeah, it's I've had no issues whatsoever. I know it'll block out ticket prices if the movie's sold out, so it's not gonna sell you a ticket and then technically like not let you see it.
Okay.
I've also seen where sometimes it'll accidentally charge someone's card, and then all you have to do is send them an email and a picture of the receipt, and they're like, "Oh, we apologize," and then they'll refund you for that.
Okay.
Like I said, haven't had this issue, but yeah, since seeing it, I saw Battle of the Sexes, American Made, Suburbicon,
Wow.
The Foreigner, Happy Death
So-
Day, and I believe there was one more, but I can't really
So
recall.
if you see one movie,
If you see one
a week-
movie a month,
I mean,
If you see one movie a
yeah.
month.
a month, you're gonna save
Yeah.
money as long as that movie costs more than
Yes.
not which it does around here.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing. Another thing is technically there are places in southern states where it costs like $7.65 to see a movie.
Oh, so this is a national.
It's just the
okay.
national price.
Average, right.
And then at the same time, there's a theater near us that has discounted movies where I know they have $2 Tuesdays. Depending on the length of time that the movie's been out, sometimes it'll be $1 to like $6 or $7.
Yeah.
If you show up there, it's still like they don't lower your price if you're only seeing movies there. I haven't personally tried them yet because every movie that's in that theater I've either already seen or really have no interest in. I apologize, My Little Pony. I'm not your market. But yeah, it's just at this point I've been actively trying to find any reason to dislike it, and I've yet to find anything. Because basically, with the guaranteed Regal points, almost every time I show up, I get a free soda or popcorn or something.
Nice.
I can always show up and just know. It's just a feeling of relief to know that, oh, if I'm 5 minutes late to the movie, what am I gonna miss? Like,
Yeah.
I'm barely even paying for it. And that was like when the projector stopped working for American Made. I was like, I could leave, and I would lose nothing.
That's
And
true.
then they presented me with the free tickets, and I was like, out of guilt, I'm gonna stay here. And I was 30 minutes late to my night class. I
Wow.
apologize, college.
Brave.
But, yeah.
What?
And
I don't use the term hero often.
it's just all in all, it's been a great experience for me. I currently recommend it, especially while the price is so low, because if you see one movie, you've made your money.
And do you expect that to go? So is
I
this a special
fully
offer
expect,
right now?
yeah, because they lowered it in July or August. They had a huge spike in subscriptions, and since then they've talked about how they're dealing with the selling of information. They instituted the 9-month rule, and odds are they're probably going to increase the price. But for someone like me, who I know specifically in the month of November, I've already seen Thor. I look forward to Justice League, Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, The Shape of Water. If The Killing of a Sacred Deer would actually play in this state, I'd be really happy.
No,
There's just-
you and I, we're gonna find that movie tomorrow. I'm gonna call you on the phone. We're gonna figure out where it's playing, and we're gonna go for one night.
We
this
might
week.
have to drive it to Yonkers. We'll figure it out.
We'll do it.
Speaking of finding things for people that are interested in this, where would be the first step to finding the Movie Pass?
Easily just go on, if you have an Android phone, the Google Play Store. If you have an iPhone, the Apple App Store. There's a web browser version where you can go in there. It's a simple multiple step thing. You simply click the theater. It's based on your location too. This is another thing I should probably focus on. So let's say I pick a theater that's 3 miles away. I cannot hit I'm purchasing the ticket unless I'm within 400 yards of the theater, because they don't want people technically pre-buying tickets to something that they're not showing up with, because it's hard to fix that sort of analytics after they've done it. So you go in, You click the theater, you click the show time, you have a half an hour window to go in and purchase the ticket. I personally, you can. It's also within the same day, so you can't buy the next day's tickets. So I know the very first time I used it, I got out of class at 2. There was a 3:15 showing of a movie I wanted to see. I pulled into the mall at around 2:20, clicked the theater that I wanted, clicked the movie. It said that it was all set and that I just had to purchase the ticket. I just went up to the kiosk, swiped my card, tickets printed, no issues whatsoever. I have not tried.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
I have not tried to buy more than one ticket a day, but I don't want to risk it in case that is an actual issue. But yeah, the only real downsides are the 30-minute thing, and that you have to be
close or whatever.
Close.
But even then,
and
you
even,
show the movie on. If this is a movie that was out a day, it's not even a first drop. Which even then, you would still be able to do it if they had it.
Opening night of Star Wars, I could show up. If there's a free seat, I could just buy a ticket to it. Yeah, it's just it's one of those things. I'm sure they're doing something behind my back, but at this current point, it's not affecting me, and
Two thumbs up recommend.
Yeah, I would give this full recommendations, and I suggest that all of you try it, especially while the price is so low. Yeah. Even if you can't make time for the movies, like there've been some weeks I've seen 3 movies a week, and then in the last week I saw a movie last Saturday, and I saw a movie today, which is also a Saturday. And it also just gives you something to do. As an example, I showed up to a friend's dorm last week. I was 3 hours from my house, and he said, I got stuck late, and I won't be back for 2.5 hours. And all I could think to myself was, I could drive around, or I could have a nice time. So I went to a movie theater there, had a wonderful time. By the time I got out, he was basically there. And
That's
it's
awesome.
it gives you something to do. And for someone who's an extreme movie buff, like myself, it just...
Really? That was a joke.
How dare you? Let me connect Moviepass.
Wait, Nick, you're into movies?
Yeah. But it's just... I if I could think of a real negative, we'll have a follow-up if I have a negative experience.
There you go.
But as of this moment, I can't think of a single negative thing to say. Any other questions?
No?
I mean, I can say as someone who doesn't have it, I think that given the fact that we are now doing these audio casts, these podcasts, and we are really going out to see many movies, and we're going back to talk about them and record those conversations on them, I definitely see myself signing up for this service probably within the next few weeks prior to our next movie date.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, and if anyone has any questions, just post them in the comments section, and there'll be a little video tutorial on how to do this at the end of the video. This is the Unknown Film Enthusiast, and have a wonderful night.